Hello everyone, I'm your host Thomas28 and welcome back to Society Sunlit Valley. And I figured out how to re-enable the tooltips. It was actually the number 1 on my numpad, which is funny because number 1 on my numpad is also how I tell OBS which window to capture, which is why it turned off. Now you can see I did enable shaders because I wanted to see what they look like, and they do look pretty nice, but they also kill performance when I'm recording, so we're going to be shutting them off. Wow. It's really funny to me, just like the stark difference in like quality that shaders can do. They're phenomenal. It's just a shame they killed my performance. But now that we have tooltips, we can actually harvest some of our crops here. It looks like the lettuce is done. Finish off a quest. Diversity 0.6. What does that mean? I'm not actually sure. Tomatoes are growing. This lettuce is good. Cauliflower, 7 days. Onion. Cauliflower. Flax. Looks like a lot of them take multiple days. What about the strawberries? And the strawberries taste like strawberries. And the snozzberries taste like snozzberries. 3 out of 5 days. Oh, this lettuce is done. Carrots are growing. See, this is probably why it's a lot better to have separate crop fields to make sure everything is growing at the right rate. And I wonder what the diversity thing means. Not actually sure. But now we can sell it for 384, which is pretty nice. And collect the rest of our money. So the money is rolling in. So now that we have a bunch of money, where are you going, Leon? I want to purchase a cell phone. Who sold the cell phone? Who sold it? Cell phone. Phone ordering. Sold from the banker, not the market. Hello, banker. Where you be? Oh, cool. They even have a bank terminal in here. They have an ATM. But where's the banker? I thought she should have been locked back here. Huh, I never actually went up here. Oh, there she is. Hi, Carolyn. 1 phone, please. Vendor, what is that for? Shipping bin monitor. Displays the sell value of shipping bin below it with all bonuses applied. Cool, take one of those. It's pretty cheap. And anything else? A white card does something. Depositors, the Blaze Banker I don't need, and the coin leaderboard. Oh, cool. I like that they have that. Even though I'm playing solo, it's nice for servers. But I gotta say, it would probably go crazy pretty fast on a server to see who can become the richest person in the world. So now I should be able to put this guy right here. And, oh, that's all it does. It just tells you how much it's worth. Pretty neat. And now we can take our cell phone, and can I put this on the wall? You can, cool. So now I can just call all the people, and it looks like... Oh, I can even call people I don't have? Cool. Oh, so we have functional storage, so we can buy this stuff, which is nice. Oh, that's also, we can purchase the refined storage stuff from here too, which is pretty cool. What else can we do? What are these? What are these icons? I'm not actually sure. Invitations. We already have all of these. We can also buy a fishing rod to start doing fishing. Maybe buy some worms as well. And discover fishing. Anything else? Oh, the guild sells that stuff, so I could have also bought it. Oh, right. From the guild, I need to buy the wooden hook. So I need to get that. What's a picarang? Not actually sure. Nature's Compass, Hostile Lasso for holding hostile monsters, Pet Bed, Automobile Assembler. We can build cars? Very interesting. Now, do you sell bobbers? She does. Causes fish to escape slower, minigame modifier, Quark bobber. They're pretty expensive though, so I guess we'll do without any bobbers for now. But we can always do a little bit of fishing now that we have access to this, and we can finish off this quest. You buy a phone and they give you another phone. Why do I need 2 phones? I'm not actually sure. I mean, I could put this one here, so now I have access at both places, but why do I need 2 phones? I don't think I do. And now that we have the fishing rod, there's no rewards. Don't like the minigame. The fishing minigame can be turned on and off at any time using the command. You won't be able to catch quality fish or get extra treasure, but those could be obtained using other methods. Understood. What minigame? Well, I guess we'll find out. Let's see the fishing minigame. Oh, here we go. Hit. Okay, is it exactly like Stardew Valley? It is. Straight down to the UI, which is a bit odd. You really shouldn't just straight up copy a UI to do something. It's really not that difficult. Now, upgraded rods can be equipped with attachments using a tackle box. They can also have a chance. Okay, that's straight from Aqua Mirai, I believe. Oh, and then you just need an upgraded fishing rod, which you upgrade with smithing templates. Pretty standard stuff. And sometimes geode nodes drop aquamarine, which is related to crafting fishing-related tools, and the crab trap. Cool. Now we did get something for fishing, so if we go over here to fish, and it looks like there's quite a lot. Which one did we finish? Oh, here we go. Minnow. Minnow. Nothing. No reward. So your reward for collecting all the fish is you get the fish collection trophy, river jelly, but catching all of the fish individually doesn't do anything in particular, but can you use the fish to do different things? Why does the fish have durability? So we can use fish to make fertilizer. We can make wallpaper. We'll need fish to make runes of water, pretty standard. We can use them to make food. We can use it to make cat food. And that's about it. Okay, so fishing is just another way to make money. Doesn't seem like... Oh, actually, it might be... There's probably going to be some related to the fish tank. Crab trap bundle. Ocean fish. Yeah, that's where it would probably go. So if we want to finish out the fish tank... So if we want to finish off the fish tank, we'll have to do some fishing later on. Oh, I need the thingamabob if I want to attach the worms. I remember now. So we could go ahead and sell this minnow and do that, and then work on that at another time. So now we can update it. So now we'll make 404. So I guess in the meantime, all we really have to do right now is get more seeds, do some more planting, get some more money, and build some more stuff. Now I do want to get the barn next so we can get some animals. And then we also need a way to transport the animals into the barn and keep them fed. So I think we would either have to buy hay or grow hay. Either works. Big snail. Oh, I didn't realize it. But yeah, it looks like they do have the big giant pumpkins. Cool. So we can actually grow the big ones. But they're a 2x2 instead of a 3x3. Doesn't matter too much, but that's a lot of free money for me, which I appreciate. And looks like our crops are ready to harvest, so the onions are ready to go. And if I do this, it does do a larger thing, so I actually shouldn't do that. Let me just harvest these manually. Cauliflower, flax, the tomatoes are ready to go. The turnips need 1 more day. Strawberries need 1 more day, carrots need 3. Turnips need 1 more. All the flax is almost done. Onions are ready to go. Rotten tomato. We can sell it. I wonder how we get higher quality. So far these are all very basic. I also wonder, how do I get the farming experience? Because in Stardew, you get farming experience every time you sell the crops, which I always thought was a funny way to handle it, because when I would play Stardew with my friends, we had one friend that would pretty much do all the fishing. So he would be fishing level 10 while we are fishing level 1, but then he would come, harvest a bunch of our crops, sell them, and then instantly go all the way up to 10 because he's like selling our max quality cauliflowers and all that stuff, which just boosts him all the way. Developing towns is such a drag. Don't be such a buzzkill, Caroline. Bundles are the first large goal of the pack. They require certain items to be submitted, giving small rewards for each bundle, and large rewards when all bundles are completed. The most important one right now is the Spring Crops bundle, so I should probably be working on that. Spring Crops bundle, turnip, lettuce, cauliflower, and strawberry. And we'll get 20 week fertilizer, decreases the time it takes for a crop to mature by 1 day. Huh, I probably should have kept track of that. Let's see, because I just sold a bunch of lettuce, So if we take a look, we're growing the strawberries and the turnips, and I believe cauliflower. There's turnip, strawberry, and cauliflower is right here. So we just need to replant lettuce, which we should have a ton of, and it should regrow by the time we need it. So let's take a look at that. Lettuce. There we go, lettuce seeds. We'll replant this, and that should be the spring crops bundle finished. Now I wonder how the fertilizer system works, because that is something I've been overlooking. So let me finish planning this out. Bone meal cannot be used to grow crops, so you'll need to find more advanced and expensive options. One bone meal will give us 8 onions, but then we use the bone meal to make a planter. And bone meal can be used in conjunction with lapis and clay to make hydrating fertilizer. But if we want the growth fertilizer, then starting with weak fertilizer, we would need pine tar and honeycomb to produce. We can also buy it from the market for 64, which is not bad. A little expensive, but doesn't matter too much yet. Usually when I play Stardew, let me deposit my money here. I usually just go with the quality fertilizer to increase the chance of quality crops, and it looks like it's pretty cheap as it takes seashells and sap. So easy enough, if we go to the carpenter, we can actually just purchase acacia saplings. Then, if we use our tree fertilizer, we can instantly grow it in order to get more acacias. So let's clear out this area over here. And then I'll probably flatten out this area a bit later. I think what I'll do is I'll have this top layer, like I'll erase this, and then have this layer be for trees, so we can grow. Ooh, what is that? Springling egg. Interesting. Springling mayonnaise. Cool stuff. So let's go ahead and plant this acacia tree. Grow. Now we can chop it down to get some more saplings, to get more acacia trees, and then we can tap them for sap. Perfect. Not sure how many we're going to actually need. Wild Robert. Oh, ribwort, not Robert. 1, 2, 3. Now, how do I make the tap again? Tap. Tapper. Place on a tree to tap for resources. Block of copper, wooden bucket, and why am I reading it aloud? I can just highlight that. Fire log and earth crystals. So we only have enough earth crystals to make 2 of these. We can buy them from the trader with 4 bags of rice, and we can get them from geode. So there's a couple of ways. So at least for now, we'll just use the ones we have to make 2 tappers. 1 bucket, and then I need 1 more. Grab our earth crystals. Grab our fire log. I thought I had more fire logs, because I chopped down some trees. But the rate is pretty low, regardless. But we only need 2. So now we turn the copper ingots into copper blocks and make some tappers. 1 and 2. Then we'll just grow these trees real fast. Advancement made, Monbazu. Not sure what that means. Grow, and tap the tree, and tap the tree. So now that should make sap. Currently making sap. Currently making sap. Tapping wood. Oak, dark oak, spruce, and pine trees can be tapped using the tapper. The type of tree tapped will determine how many days it will take to complete as well as the output. Ooh, and you get a pristine earth crystal, created from the Crystallarium upgrade Black Opal. Interesting. Pine tar is tapped from spruce and pine and is used for making advanced farming devices. Oak resin is tapped from oak and is used as a sealant for fluid-related items. Artisan goods. Each sellable item in the pack has one of 4 categories: farmer, raw crops and cooked meals; artisan, items made in artisan machines by hand, such as preserves, beer, wine, and cheese; geologist, ores, gems, and minerals, anything out of the ground; and adventurer, looted artifacts and other rare items. The category is only relevant when it comes to skills, which may increase certain categories if taken. And we get hops of beer. Hoppy Harvest Expert. And I guess there was a quest for that, because I'm finishing out a bunch of stuff, which is nice. And it looks like it takes 1 full day to get some sap. So we'll probably have to set up a lot of these. But it's raining again, and do I... Oh, you can take 1 pristine earth crystal and get 3 out of it. And then you need pristine minerals in order to make the pristine quality fertilizer. Interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and break that down, because we can use that right now. Go ahead and sell that. And it's raining again, so honestly, I feel like I can just keep expanding the size of the farm, because I never actually have to water it by hand anyway. Now it does make me wonder how they've balanced crop farming in this pack. Because in Stardew Valley, farming is balanced by the fact that doing anything takes energy. So using your hoe takes energy, watering your crops takes energy. I don't think harvesting the crops takes energy, but all the planting and maintenance take energy. Which means in the early game, you can't make a massive farm because you just don't have enough energy to maintain it all the time. You don't have enough energy to water all the crops if it's too big. And then you end up spending a lot of time using all your energy just tilling the entire farm. But because that energy is not in this version, we can just make bigger and bigger crop farms right off the bat. So I wonder how that actually works in this case. Oh, and they put a little check mark when it's done, so now I can just right click to get the sap. Now that we have the sap, we can use that to make low quality fertilizer by combining it with some seashells. Now I did see that this stony shore did have access to a lot of these seashells, which are pretty easy to see on all the stone, which is pretty nice. That's why I came out over here to find them. As you can see, they stand out pretty well, but I think you can also find them on beaches. Now we only have 4 sap, so we only have enough to actually do this crafting 4 times. So after we grab this shell, we could just head back and then probably just purchase some more fertilizer and some seeds from the market to finish out the rest of the farm. Because we just don't have enough sap to finish out the rest of it ourselves. Now let's see, it is a new day, so I believe most of our crops are ready to be harvested. There's our turnip, strawberries are ready, carrots need a couple more days. Lettuce needs 2 more. More lettuce. Cauliflower needs 2 more. The turnips are ready to go. Oh, and they stay fertilized. Cool. More turnips. Just gotta be a bit careful. Flax needs a couple more. And that's it. Perfect. Turnip, we got a high quality turnip. So what's the difference? It's about 9 value, which is pretty good. So now that we've finished off that, so if we come back to the bundle, where were the bundles? Ah, here we go, Spring Crops Bundle. We should be able to submit our items, cauliflower and strawberry. Oh, the cauliflower and lettuce aren't done yet. But once they are, we'll finish off that, and that's Spring, Summer, Autumn, Husbandry, and Quality. Oh, okay, so it's the same as in Stardew, in that they have one for each season, husbandry, and then one that's just you need quality crops of that. How does it measure the quality though? Oh, gold quality crops only. Only 3 required for the bundle completion. Okay, so that means I can focus on the summer and autumn. There's no winter crops, right? Were there winter crops in Stardew? I don't recall. So now we can take this and make some fertilizer. So sap goes there. Seashell, fertilizer, more fertilizer, and fertilizer. And we can sell the rest of these, take out our money. We are quite flush with cash, so we can invest in the farm, go to the market. And what would give us the best bang from our buck? In Stardew, I think it was cauliflower. That was worth a lot in the springtime. So we're going to buy a bunch of cauliflower, grab our lettuce, grab our strawberry, grab our flax, and I probably should have consulted the book. Probably would have been a good idea. Wait, what was that? Oh, those were turnip. No, radish. Because if I look at crop, and then we search cauliflower, it takes 7 days to grow. I don't know if we have 7 days. I think we do, right? Yeah, we have 7 days. Perfect. Just enough time. And then let me buy some more fertilizer. We need enough to match this. And fertilizer is pretty expensive, but it does last quite a while. We're investing. We're investing in our future. And there we go. I think the only difference is if I don't plant something on the fertilizer, then it doesn't get used. I'm not actually sure on that though. Don't quote me on that one. So I'm thinking, I guess in the early game, your only main inhibitor to your crop growth, I mean not crop growth, money income, money growth, is just you don't have infinite money. So the more money you spend on crops, so you need to spend more money on crops, but then you have to wait for the returns, which is a couple days, which really isn't that long of a time. But in the case of like cauliflower, that is 7 days per crop, which is quite the investment. But with how much money you can make just what's the word? But with how much money you can make just selling the foraged pumpkins, they give you a pretty massive boost in the early game. And done. A massive field of cauliflower. So we'll make our money back in 7 days. Pretty solid. Now, it did not rain today, so I guess we'll see if my hubris is gonna punish me by making me have to water all of that by hand. But I guess we'll see how difficult it is. Now, what's that? Oh, now I can actually see what this is. What are you? Oh, it's a leaf insect. Okay. Not very imaginative. It is a bug that looks like a leaf. Doesn't get more robust than that. 1, 2, 3. And there we are. Good morning. And it's raining again. I'm literally never punished. Since starting this pack, I have never had to actually water my own crops. Which I don't know if we're just super lucky or if the rainfall is just really, really high for the area we're in. Anyways, though, the cauliflower should be ready to harvest. No, it needs one more day. It's fine. So the lettuce and the cauliflower will be ready at the same time, and then all of this over here will be done in 6 days, and then we'll reap the rewards. Now, I do wonder, though, how am I supposed to get more farming experience? Farmer products are worth 15% more. Artisan is worth 20. I wonder which one is better. Mostly because when I play Stardew, I usually just go for selling crops until the late game when I respec into artisan products to sell the ancient fruit wine. But how do I gain the crop experience? Okay, so this is saying we get experience from harvesting crops, eating cooked meals, and using artisan machines. So I should be getting a lot of experience after we harvest all the cauliflower. Wait, so it's an artisan machine, so the tappers count as artisan machines. So if I use this, shouldn't I get experience for it? Oh, you do. You get a lot. 280 experience for each operation. That's really high. Now, the next thing I want to work on is going to take quite a lot of these fire logs, because I want to make a bunch of preserves jars in order to turn the crops into preserve. It does take 5 of the same crop, but we're going to set that up for later. Now, generally, the way you want to do it with preserves is, if my knowledge holds true, which I think it kind of does. I don't think since they use essentially the same mechanic, what you want to do is to make preserves, you need 5 of the same crop. But the quality doesn't matter. The quality you put in does not equate to the quality of the preserves that come out at the end. It kind of gets equalized. So what you want to do is use preserves on crops that are low quality, while you sell the higher quality ones. Which essentially means you don't want to waste your time using fertilizer to make high quality crops if you're going to sell them for preserves. Instead, you just want to either have them grow in a shorter amount of time, or use the fertilizer that lets you grow more out of the same crop. That way you can be more effective at what you're turning into preserves, because the bottleneck of preserves is the time and the materials that you put in originally. Make a bunch of barrels. Take those barrels. Oh, we need a bunch of coal as well. Didn't think about that. Make a bunch of that. How much coal do we have? Not a lot. Let's see, I can probably swap this for charcoal, which we also don't have a lot of. I did not think about that. Well, at least it's a start. Block of coal. Wait, we need 2, right? Okay, we're actually gonna need... Can I buy coal? Blacksmith. We can, for 16. Thank you. Pretty expensive. It's about $1,000 per. But it's an investment. So now we take that, and we can make our preserves jars. 5 of them. Now we just need a place to put it. So for now, before we make a, final spot for it, we'll just put the preserve jars here. So now when we get the cauliflower tomorrow, we can put the cauliflower in there and make cauliflower preserves, which sounds terrible. I don't know anyone that would want to purchase cauliflower preserves. That just does not sound delicious at all. And now it's a new day, which means the lettuce and the cauliflower are ready to be harvested. Now I wonder, is there a glider? Because if I could just jump off of the roof here, that would be very convenient. Oh, it's just a mod called Diagonal Fences. Interesting. I was wondering how they get it to do that. I didn't know it's just like its own standalone mod that does exactly that, which is pretty nice. I like really functional mods like that. There needs to be more of them. So now we can grab the lettuce and the cauliflower. Lettuce, cauliflower, 0 quality. Go to the pantry, spring crops, lettuce, cauliflower, and get 20 week fertilizer. So that's 1 done. It's just a shame they don't have a building for it. I don't know why you couldn't just have a free building blueprint that has a block inside where you submit it. You know what I mean? That would be nice for some extra flavor. But now we can harvest the rest of the crops here. All the carrots are ready to go. All of this lettuce is good. We have to wait on this cauliflower. Just want to make sure we don't break anything that is not mature. Okay, that looks to be everything. So now that we have some flax, we can also use this to make string, right? You can, nice. I don't need string right now though. Ooh, we did get 1 higher quality flax, which is nice. Now we can use this weak fertilizer on all of this to fertilize the rest of this farmland. And then we could plant something that grows pretty fast as it's mid-spring. We only have 8 days. But let's see how much money all of this is going to get us. So we're at 0. Throw in the flax, carrots, lettuce, and cauliflower. We're at 2,163. Nice. We're making fat stacks. And once the rest of the cauliflower is fully grown, we're going to make a ton of money. Probably not enough to buy the tractor. It's probably going to take 1 more season, maybe the summer season. But then we'll be good to explore that. Not sure what it does yet, though. Now, wait a minute. I harvested crops. Did I get crop experience for that? I didn't actually check it. Right now we're at 1,600, and I don't remember what we were at before. So it's hard to say. Oh wait, silly me, I forgot. We could take some of this lettuce and preserve it. Now it said, how much do you get out of it when you preserve? You get 3 times the sell value. Can I not preserve this? Is there only specific items I can preserve? Preserve. Trapped present, preserve. Preserves jar. Preserving. Okay, so you can't preserve everything by the looks of it. A lot of eggs though. Why are there so many different fish eggs? Why are there so many? Over half of them are fish eggs. Okay, so turnips can be preserved. Monofruit. Cauliflower and lettuce, looks like you cannot. Oh, you can do cauliflower, just not lettuce. So you take 5 cauliflower, which is worth 240, and turn it into preserves, which is worth 784, and it also gives you Grandma's Blessing 2 for 5 minutes. What is Grandma's Blessing 2? Well, I think it's time to do a little mining. Mostly because I saw in the quest book, if we turn in the blacksmith's bundle, we get an extractinator for free, which means we don't have to buy one. And to do this, we just have to submit a block of raw gold, block of raw iron, zinc, and copper, which is really easy, at least in theory. We can see all the copper, so copper is going to be easy. We're going to need iron, and here's zinc, so yeah, it actually should be very easy. The only difficult ore is going to be gold, but other than that, it should be a pretty smooth ride. Then we also have to fight a lot of these mobs in here, which will let us level up adventuring. Ooh. There's a glowing one. And there we go. I can see gold down there. So we just gotta make our way down, and with all these water pools, it shouldn't be that difficult. That's close enough. Phenomenal cave generation. Now the gold is even deeper down this way. I just gotta remember I gotta climb up that pathway to get out of here. But we just need 9 gold in order to finish this off and get the extractinator. Luckily the gold glows with a very inconspicuous color, which makes it pretty easy to see. Now let's continue gathering that gold. As long as I don't see any skeletons, we should be fine. Skeletons are really the only thing that scare me right now. And there we go, 9 gold, so we're all set. We can leave. I can come back when we're a bit stronger to do some more mining. Because man, this cave system is phenomenal. Perfect timing. Made it back. See, it's raining again. What is with that? I've never had to actually spend any time watering the crops. Anyways though, so now we can take our raw gold, make a block, take the copper and the zinc and the gold and do the same. And take the zinc. Now we can come here and turn these in to get one extractinator. And we'll place that in this room for now. I like the look of it. Now we can take our geodes and open them for free. I gotta say, I think it's a little too easy to get the extractinator. They probably shouldn't make it the quest reward. This should be something you have to buy. Ooh. Diamond. Oh, what is that? Is that lapis? I think that's just lapis. That's a turtle, though. That looks dangerous, but there's diamond there. There's diamond here, which is very nice. And a lot more gold. So I definitely want to get access to the diamond down there. Bone. Antique ink, and more bones. Monster spawner, some more gold. Man, this is the case where having the hook would be very nice. Okay, looks like the turtle despawned. Bit sad, I wanted to see what that was about. But we can get access to this diamond. Advancement made. Diamonds. Nice. Now we should be able to use that to upgrade our tools, right? Smithing. Yes. Next tier, diamond. Then we'll need 1 diamond for everything. So that's 4 here, then plus you need 9 diamonds for everything. And then I only need 9 gold for everything. So we're actually not that far away from upgrading. It's just going to be, it's a expense, right? Because now we need the goldsmithing template, which is purchased for 5,000. Ooh, nice. Lots of diamonds. Now we're at 5. Let me grab this one. And why is that one holding a mob head? Okay, spooky. Maybe you need a ranged weapon to slay them. Okay, that's 6 diamonds. So that's almost enough diamonds to upgrade all of our gear, which is pretty good. Now let's take a look. Okay, so it's not raining, so I actually have to water them this time. So how does this work? Well, first remove the torches from here. Gotcha. Okay, that's painfully slow. So that's why you need to upgrade it. So I'm going to upgrade this guy to the next tier, because now that we're not lucky with the rainfall, I have a lot of plants I have to water before tomorrow. So I need a smithing template. Then I need a piece of iron. Let me dump all of this. So now we take smithing, template, iron watering can. And then should we go ahead and make it gold? I think we should. So let's buy the, I don't have enough money for it. Okay, we'll do it next. So now that we have this one, how does this work? So if I right click, it does 1. If I shift right click, we charge it. And then do I let go shift? Wow, that is unintuitive. So you shift right click until it dings. Oh, that's what that is. So the green is showing what it's going to water. There we go. Okay, I definitely need to get some more money, because now that it's not raining, this is going to take the entire day. I am regretting everything now. This is painfully slow, trying to water an entire field going 1 by 3 at a time. The sun's starting to set, and I'm not even done. I'm not even close to being finished. It's 7 p.m. I have until 6 a.m. to water as much as I can. I think it's about time we invest in some more sprinklers other than the 2 we just have right now. And done. With only a few hours to spare. Nice. And then I'm gonna go to sleep and have to redo it all tomorrow. This really is the life of a farmer. Can I preserve strawberries? I think I can. So I can sell this, and then I can preserve the strawberries. And it's been 3 days. Nice. And you can. Strawberry preserves. Oh, because you need 5. Can I take them out? No. If I break it, does it reset it? It pops them out. Perfect. If I don't have them in multiples of 5, I'll just sell them. Because once you have the cauliflower, we won't have to worry. Cauliflower preserves. Grandma's Blessing 2. What does Grandma's Blessing do? 1324 sold. Okay, that means we should have just enough money to upgrade the watering can to gold. Which I'm going to do because that should make the rest of the field a lot easier to finish. Come in here, blacksmith, smithing template. Then I should have a little bit of gold. So now we combine gold, template, watering can to make the gold watering can. And we should be able to harvest at least some of this. Okay, lettuce ain't done. Cauliflower almost done. Oh, this lettuce is done. Now I noticed, if you punch it, you don't get any experience. But if you right-click it with the watering can, you do get farming XP. It also keeps it in the ground. So I think that's what I had to be doing in order to get the farming experience. And punching doesn't actually work. Which makes me wonder, does the hoe work? Okay, it looks like it does. Okay, that's going to save me a lot of time. And done. Okay, that was a lot faster. By quite a lot. So we finished at exactly 3 p.m. when before it took us pretty much until midnight. And now tomorrow we reap the rewards. Now how do I make sprinklers again? Because if I have to do this over and over and over again, I'm going to lose it. Garden pot grows crops indoors during any season. Can't be watered with sprinklers, but you can upgrade it with a deluxe hydrating fertilizer. Cool. So to make iron sprinklers takes a bunch of iron and copper. Then to upgrade it to gold, we'll take fire quartz from the nether, in addition to earth crystals. So now that it's 6 p.m., let's go to sleep and harvest all of our cauliflower and become thousandaires, tens of thousandaires, not a billionaire. We're not there quite yet. But I think by the end of our playthrough, we'll get there. It's glorious. Glorious cauliflower ready to harvest. Oh wait, I could just use the hoe. And just gotta pick up all these stragglers. Now it looks like we leveled up in farming by 1. That gave us quite a lot of XP. We'll take 8,000, but that gives me 1 level of axe efficiency. And at the next level, we can either specialize into tiller, which makes farm products 15% more, or artisan, which makes artisan products worth 20% more. And then you can see it specializes further down to do other stuff. I'm not sure which is better. I guess it really just comes down to preference. Because if you do 20% more on artisan products, yes, that's 20% more money. But you do have to factor in the extra time it takes to produce artisan goods. Whereas if you do 15% from the farming, well then you can just sell your crops immediately when they're done. Now there's no point in, re-watering all the cauliflower because it takes 7 days to grow and there's only 3 days left in the season. We could re-water these strawberries. They should finish by then. And maybe the lettuce in 3 days. No, they might not finish. Because depending on how it functions, they'll either be finished on the final day or they'll wither on the final day. when I could take that time to go mining and get me some sprinklers to prepare for autumn. Now let's see how much money this is going to be worth. So let's go ahead and put all the cauliflower in here. Got a couple of golds. And from 0 to 29,024. Nice. And we could take the cheap cauliflower and preserve it to triple the value to make just a little bit more money. 28,304. We're gonna be rich. Now, what could we buy with that much money? Can we purchase... Do they sell... We could buy the tractor. We could also buy a dehydrator. Can we not buy sprinklers? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, it doesn't look like we can buy sprinklers. But now that we have a bunch of money, we could use that money to invest in our materials, get some more stuff. We can upgrade our armor and then head off to the Nether. I think now's a good time. Because we have enough gold and iron to get there, and then we have enough diamonds to upgrade our tools. So we should be strong enough to venture into the Nether. And then that will also let us work on the... I think it's the boiler room? Yes. We need to submit 64 rotten flesh, 64 bones, and 3 wither skeleton skulls in order to submit this bundle. So we will work on that one later. But for now, this episode has gone on quite long enough. I'm your host, Hamas28, and I'll see you all next time.